Getting sales on Etsy can seem like a very long process, especially if you have not gotten your first one or if you've had a few here and there, but still are not seeing the type of traffic that you want. This video is for you because I'm going to share with you a formula that is pretty much guaranteed to get you sales on Etsy as long as you combine these two things. But first, before we get into the video, if you're new to my channel, hi, I'm Mac. I post videos talking about e-commerce, passive income, different ways to make money online, and all things Etsy. So if any of that interests you, I would love to have you as a part of our community here on YouTube. Now, something to keep in mind with Etsy is what it is as a platform. So it is an e-commerce marketplace, which means there are buyers and sellers involved on a platform. So Etsy allows people to sell their products to consumers on their e-commerce marketplace. Now, lots of people are hesitant to continue selling on Etsy if they don't see success right away because they assume that it's too saturated or that there's already so many different people selling. But something that I want you to keep in mind before I even get into this is that there is a 10th amount of sellers versus active buyers on Etsy. So these are the most recent statistics I was able to pull up on this. But as you can see here, as a seller, you still have so many people to sell to, right? There are so many buyers. So do not stress about that. Do not get discouraged. There is room for you on here. It's just about your strategy. All right, so with that being said, how this strategy works is you are going to pick unique or custom items and niches that are evergreen and that people come to Etsy actively to purchase for. So a perfect example of this is creating a custom candle that is for bridesmaids. So now why I'm using this example is people get married all year round. It is an evergreen niche. That is something that is not trendy. It's not, popular only for periods of time. It is all year round. And why this is so guaranteed is when people are purchasing for things like bachelorette parties or for bridal parties and will you be my bridesmaid, they need to order multiple. So for an example, again, with bridesmaids, typically they will send out a box of will you be my bridesmaids. Now there's lots of these being sold on Etsy as sets, but what we can do is create a simple design in Canva about will you be my bridesmaid or like to accept being my bridesmaid and then put a name on the bottom of it. And we can put it on a Printify candle like so and list it on our Etsy shop. This one here is sourced from Printify, so they print, pack, and ship it for me. If you're not familiar with print on demand, check out the description. Now, another example of a product on Printify as well that you could source for this are different cosmetic bags. So for bridesmaids, it could say bridesmaid on it, and you could then add in that custom name to the print on demand product. And again, sell it year round, and you're gonna have higher order volumes because most likely this person is going to be purchasing multiple as they may have multiple bridesmaids. So same goes for also like the bachelorette or bachelor party, different types of evergreen niche. That is a great example as well. And if you have not seen my recent video about how you can automate the personalization products on Printify, you have to check that out. I'll leave it linked below for you. Basically, we are now able to do print on demand products that are automated when there is personalization on a product. So for example, if we do that candle and we want to add a name on it so that the bride can put her bridesmaids' names on the candles, you can do that automatically through Hello Customs integration with Printify. So that is why I obviously talk about Printify all the time. It is my print on demand supplier of choice, but now adding in that extra, bonus, it just makes it so much easier to do and to have personalized orders on your Etsy shop. So I want to show you what I mean by unique when comparing some search results here for an evergreen niche like a bridal party. So if I type in bridesmaid proposal, I can get an idea for different types of products. So like here, there's a glass. Here, there is a cosmetic bag, which they have on Printify, a journal, which is a really great option, something that I would look up. We see jewelry, sweatshirts, different tumblers with names on them, but again, they're custom and they're being purchased year round. So what I'm gonna do here is just go over to Printify and look at some of my options. And then what I can do is compare when typing in that term on Etsy, if there's a lot of listings for that specific product to see if it's something that's unique. So on Printify, they have tons of different products here, as you can see, for all these different categories, but I'm going to go ahead and look at the candles. We have the typical full glass candle. That could be a really pretty design that goes over that. And these really popular 13-ounce candles do really well on Etsy as well. So I'm gonna type in bridesmaid proposal candle and see what comes up here. So there are a few, and I'm seeing tons of bestseller badges, which is great. So I'm gonna use my Evergreen Chrome extension and go over to product analytics. And we can see here that these are bringing in really good amounts of revenue, even for listings that are not that old. So what I've done here is I've gone over to eRank to check out how popular this item is to see if it's unique. So as you can see here, I am getting all green. So average clicks are 2,200 for the search volume. That's really good. And the click-through rate is very impressive as well. And what I love to see here, Etsy competition only for USA, but still only 10,000 listings. That's great. Now, for an example here, what I mean by a unique product is if I type in bridesmaid shirt, look at the difference in the competition here. So there's 67,000 for the competition, while it is an evergreen product that sells well. Again, on Etsy, we have all green, 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 but check out the competition. So if you were to sell candles, you're gonna have a better chance of getting through with less competition than you would for a t-shirt. So that's kind of where I'm coming in with the unique product, if that makes sense. So you could do a wine tumbler, you could do, again, a cosmetic bag, a candle, you could do a tote bag. You could get really creative and do slippers. See how there's these slippers here? So here is an example of a design that I made in Canva. It is just a simple name with some pretty bridal type of roses and, you know, like those wedding fonts. Obviously you can get creative with it. And I've just chosen one of these cosmetic pouches on Printify, and I can upload that design and put it on the back as well if I want to. A little hack, if you haven't seen any of my videos before, adding in your hex code or color code, you can get really unique colors just by Googling like light pink, getting your hex code, and then having that printed. And Printify does a great job with that. It's a little hack that I use all the time on my products, and a lot of people don't know that, and it can just help you stand out because if you use a more unique color versus the ones that are already offered. So definitely check that out or get creative with that. But very simple. Simple does do well. You don't always have to get super intricate with your designs, and obviously Printify does print, pack, and ship it for us. There is a link for you below to sign up for Printify, and I will have their boot camp available as well if you're learning print on demand, but I've used them for years and absolutely love them. All in all, I hope that what you took from this video today is that if you do use unique products with Evergreen Niches that people are going to be purchasing for gifts or for different types of events, you will absolutely be able to be successful in this. Take your time, do your research. I'll leave some helpful videos for you below as well. But if you are somebody that is struggling to get sales, you want to try something new out, maybe your niche isn't working for you, go ahead and just try this out. List them on your store. You can always change up your branding, so do not overthink this. It is a learning process, and be patient with yourself. Again, all my resources are available for you below, along with all my socials, and I hope this video is helpful and that I will see you in the next one.